silly intro. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Bitcade. This is Bitcade episode 34. My name is Ryan. That is
Ashton.
And in this episode, we will be talking about 3 topics like we normally do. The first one, we're going to be talking about Corona will be the downfall of PAX East.
Everybody's getting lit, huh?
Yeah, sort of, in a way. We also will be doing a video game draft.
Ooh.
So you're not going to want to miss that. And then also we'll be talking about Game of the Decade, like how we did, but we are going to be moving into 2011. If you want to check out our 2010 video, make sure you go back and watch 33.3. But yeah, let's talk about it. The coronavirus is causing gaming companies to not show up to PAX East. Do you want me to read the articles first, or do you want to give a little bit of a blurb of how you feel right now, and then I read? Like, you talk about it, I'll read an article, then you talk about it again.
Yeah, let's
You want to do that?
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. I mean, the big thing, like you were saying earlier, is that big pull to PAX East is going to be able to play The Last of Us 2 early. It's going to be the first place you can actually play it early. It's going to be like, what you said, like, what, 3 months? 3 months early?
Well,
it's released.
It's supposed to come out in May, I think.
May.
I think. I
PAX
don't know
East,
off the top of my head.
PAX East is like next month. So that's a big hit. That's a big hit for PAX.
But instead, article being written by IGN's Matt Kim on February 19th, 2020, Sony has announced that it is canceling its participation in the upcoming PAX East due to concerns over COVID-19 or the novel coronavirus. The company announced the news as the update to its PlayStation blog post detailing its PAX East plans. Quote, "Today, Sony Interactive Entertainment made the decision to cancel its participation at PAX in Boston this year due to the increasing concerns related to coronavirus."
Oof.
Also known, it had the COVID. COVID? I don't know. I'm just going to refer to it as coronavirus. End quote. Quotes. Sony wrote in an update to its February 13th blog post. Sony was originally scheduled to present the first playable public demo for The Last of Us Part 2 at PAX East. Other games in Sony's PAX East lineup included Marvel's Iron Man VR, Neo 2, Doom Eternal, Spelunky 2, and more. It is unclear if the demo will still be available since Sony has decided to pull out of the event. IGN has reached out to Sony for more details, including whether The Last of Us Part 2 will still be available as a demo at the show. We're sad to say, we're so sad to have to miss PAX East, blah, 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 this, that. Oh, wait. We're really looking forward to meeting. Okay, so this was for some reason not quoted, so we're just going to go with that. We're so sad that we have to miss PAX East. We were really looking forward to meeting you and seeing your reactions to the demo. Although we know this makes you wait until May 29th, which is a bit harder. We appreciate your understanding. Don't worry, we'll have more to share closer to launch. That was from Naughty Dog themselves, February 19th, 2020. The outbreak of the COVID, the coronavirus, has interrupted several planning gaming events already. Overwatch announced it will temporarily relocate its Chinese teams to South Korea, and Nintendo confirmed the outbreak will impact Animal Crossing New Horizons shipments in Japan. The following article is in development as well. That was Matt Kim's IGN article, so you can go give them a shout out there. But yeah, so Sony, that's their big old pullout. How do you feel about Sony not being there?
I mean, that's a huge hit. I mean, that's a whole platform that you're not going to have really any access to. Because is it all of Sony or just Naughty Dog?
It seems like pretty much everything that Sony has. Like, because they said Marvel's Iron Man won't be there, Neo 2 won't be playable. So it seems like a lot of PlayStation is hit because of this whole entire thing. So
I don't know. I mean, I would be pretty disappointed. It's probably everybody at PAX East is going to be very disappointed as well. So
Yeah.
I mean, that really really sucks.
Yeah, because the whole thing is like, imagine you bought the ticket thinking you're going to play Last of Us. That's coming out in May 29th, which is months away, and now you can't. And now it's not happening.
Well, I mean, but also at the end of the day, you got to make sure that everybody stays safe. Everybody. Conventions like this, lots of stuff can get spread. Germs are everywhere. If somebody were to walk around with coronavirus at PAX, we would have like 100 cases just coming out of that convention if they were only in there for like one day
or more.
Yeah,
or more.
So it's coronavirus is no joke. I mean, we don't even have a vaccine for it. So yeah, I do applaud that they are doing that, even though it's kind of like everybody's going to be who doesn't know, they're going to be, oh, Sony fucking sucks, or, it's at the end of the day, they're focusing more on, safety than, oh, these consumers want to play our stuff early.
Yeah, it seems like they're really
So
let down about the whole situation. But they're not the only company that decided to do this as well. Square Enix has become the latest company to change plans for PAX East due to concerns over the coronavirus, scaling back plans for Final Fantasy XIV at the show in particular. While not pulling out of the show entirely, the company's Japan staff will no longer be attending, meaning a panel session, developer signings, developer photo ops, and a fan gathering will no longer take place at the show. On the Final Fantasy XIV blog, a spokesperson wrote, quote, "As the company may be aware, coronavirus is spreading within the East Asia region. Taking into consideration the current situation within the region, sadly, Square Enix has decided to cancel the PAX East attendance of staff who would be traveling from Japan offices. This difficult decision was based on our desire to prevent any potential spread of the virus and to prioritize the health and safety of our team and our fans," end quote. There will still be a booth for Final Fantasy XIV at the show, and experiences like the Ruby Weapon Challenge will still be taking place. Square Enix also has plans for Final Fantasy VII Remake and Outriders at the show, which appear to be unaffected at this time of writing.
Oh.
This is the latest in a slew of announcements centered around concerns over coronavirus. Sony has pulled out of PAX East, like we just said, and GDC. So that's new to this article. The Outer Worlds has been delayed on Switch, and Tappy Game Show was postponed entirely. I don't know what Taipei. I think it's Taipei. Taipei.
Yeah, it's Taipei.
I never have seen Taipei written down, which is weird. That was an article written by. Whoa, I don't want to butcher that name either.
Joe Screbbles.
we'll go with that. IGN. That was written on February 21st, 2020. Yeah. So.
I mean, at least they're gonna have stuff there. I mean, yeah.
They didn't fully pull out of that one.
Yeah,
so that's at least
they'll have
good on
something.
that.
Fans can't be too mad and be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I get it." It's a lot harder of a pill to swallow that the whole platform is gonna be there versus like, just Square Enix is gonna have maybe only 3/4 of the amount of stuff they promised was gonna be there.
Yeah, it is. I mean, yeah, as an attendee, it'd be pretty devastating. Also, but I mean, I do like how they are stating these of like, hey, look, we're looking out for you guys as well as us, and the fact that like, hey, we are like I was just saying, we are as disappointed to not be there with you guys to present this to you. I honestly think that if they could, they would, and this isn't necessarily a thing of like. I know there was some rumor of like they don't have. This is an indication that like Last of Us wasn't even ready yet, and blah blah blah, and this and that. And I'm like. No. I don't think like Neil Druckmann even. I mean, we read his tweet, but I think he's tweeted since then. The lead director of Last of Us over there at Naughty Dog, and he was. I mean, he's tweeted that how kind of disappointed he is about this whole thing. I think the game is pretty good to go, probably, but obviously they did push it. But I mean, it is definitely a heartbreaking thing for probably those developers as well. So.
Yeah,
Big bummer.
yeah, it's a bummer. It is what it is, though. I mean, again, most of you guys looking out for Last of Us 2, it's just a couple months away. It's not really that far off. I mean,
And the demo was probably like 20 minutes.
yeah,
anyway,
it's
so
it's probably not going to be anything crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
it's mainly, just there to pump you up for the game coming out in a few months, just to make it relevant again.
It was cool to see that PAX was going to get this playable demo that Sony was going to allow them to do, which is what is very interesting that PAX was able to get this because they got it. Borderlands 3 when that was coming out, they got the playable stuff.
Yeah.
They were the first to get that, so this is kind of like more of that. Like that, they had a big whole Borderlands 3 announcement at PAX South, and so that now that they
Where
were
they
able
messed
to.
up with technical difficulties.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
I didn't. I think I remember that.
they
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
play the trailer.
Yeah, and so there was, so that happened. So PAX is starting to get these like big announcements. I'm not sure what PAX West has got in because that's obviously our PAX that we like to go to. But yeah, for the Boston fans, you're gonna get a little bit of a lighter PAX, but it's always a PAX. It's still gonna be a fun time. Go buy those tickets.
I gotta go to West.
Yeah. I mean, you could go West. They did bump it to 4 days this year for PAX East. So I don't know if they've been doing that, but I noticed it this year. So that's kind of cool. They have officially bumped that to there. Any final words on that?
No, just stay safe, everybody.
Mm-hmm. If you guys go to those conventions, make sure, wash the hands before you eat. I know it's tempting. You're starving. You haven't had anything to eat, even standing in lines. It takes literally minutes to walk to a bathroom and wash your hands with soap and then go eat.
And they're hardly ever crowded either.
You will get sick if you do not do that. I'm not a hand sanitizer man. There are ways around it. Just wash your hands. Just get away with it. Just get it off your hands. Just go. Then you can go eat. Don't lick your fingers. It's a big thing. I know like people like eat Cheetos while they're out walking around PAX. Cheetos and Doritos. I don't know, you psychopath.
Don't do that.
Anyway. We're moving on to something a little bit different. We haven't cut yet, so stay with me here. Actually, let's cut. We're moving on.
Okay.